Hi guys, this is Angie Karen with OmTurtle Yoga Spa and Cafe, and I'm getting ready to teach you a ooey gooey restorative yoga class. So in OmTurtle, we actually call this a low flow restorative, which basically means that it is all on the ground and there is no heat whatsoever. It is more so meditational and relaxation. So basically what I'm gonna need you to do is I'm gonna need you to grab either a bolster, if you have a bolster, or a pillow or a couple pillows. This is called a bolster, it's kind of flat right now. This is a bolster. If you have something or maybe a blanket you can roll up like a bolster, that would be fantastic. Otherwise, get a couple pillows, stack them up. We're gonna need that for practice today. If you have a strap, maybe, or a belt or a scarf, maybe have that handy, and maybe a block. It's always good to have a few different options. I kind of teach on the fly, so I never know exactly what I'm gonna use, but it's always good to have all of this around when you're taking a yoga class, just in case. So we are gonna start like we do every class with our deep meditation and our relaxation. So go ahead and sit up nice and tall in a crisscross applesauce style. And let's start our deep breathing. Hi there, welcome. All right, here we go. So nice long deep breath in the nose all the way down to the belly. Good, deep breath in the nose, all the way down to the belly. Good, inhale and exhale. Maybe turn your chin up just a little bit, roll your shoulders back just a little bit so that you can kind of feel that heart opening space. Today is all about heart openers and lung clearing. So our practice will be focused in on releasing any ickies that we might have held captive in our lungs and in our heart. We're going to open up our heart space today. Inhale and exhale through the nose all the way down to the belly, and soften all the muscles in your face. Relax those shoulders down, relax the sides of the neck. Good, relax into the spine, the top of the hips. Relax the muscles that you have in the legs and the knees, the toes and hands. Allow yourself to feel very long and loose there on your mat. And if you have your eyelashes are super tight, go ahead and soften those a little bit and soften the space between your lips. And with your eyes closed, go ahead and roll into the neck a little bit. Just play around, no direction. Just kind of see where you are today. And if you need to, maybe press a shoulder down and drop your ear to your opposite shoulder. Just create that space that you need there. Still breathing in and out the nose, all the way down to the belly. Reversing now, right ear, right shoulder, maybe pressing down on the other shoulder, just making sure it's not lifting. Thank you so much for joining us in class today. This is a deep stretch restorative class. Very good for relaxing the mind and body. Very slow class, no hurry. Good, relax and release. Bring your chin up to the ceiling. And just kind of roll your chin up and over the bone and send your lips up towards the ceiling. It'll help to stretch the front of your neck. And then drop your chin down all the way down and just shake the chin from side to side very slowly as if you're saying no. Good, let's roll the shoulders up. How about we take the right shoulder only? We're gonna lift that right shoulder up and back and down all the way. Lift the right shoulder up and back and down. One more time, right shoulder up, back and down. Left shoulder up, back and down. Go ahead, give yourself some more shoulder stretches here. Stay with me. Good, well done. Go ahead and bring those shoulders back and see if you can hold on to your arms behind you. So I'm reaching back towards my elbows, just like that. See if you can grab onto them. If you can't, grab your wrists. And then roll your chin upwards and almost like you're pinning yourself, roll your shoulders back and stretch into that upper chest. And let's take some fire breaths here. So fire breath basically means you're gonna open mouth exhale. Traditionally in yoga, you inhale and exhale through the nose, but we're actually gonna take this time to exhale out the mouth, okay? So let's go ahead and breathe inwards, lift our chin, and on the exhale, it will be a good, let's do that again. Inhale, exhale out the mouth. Good, inhale again. Exhale, open mouth. Will you play with me and do a lion breath exhale? So lion breath is basically open your eyes and open your mouth and sticking out your tongue as wide as you can. So here we go. We're gonna take a big deep breath in our nose, and the exhale is gonna look kind of freaky, okay? So get ready, it'll be like this. Yes, that's a yoga pose. Let's do that again. It helps to clear the lungs, it clears the throat. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, lion breath, exhale. Let's do that 1 more time. Lion breath, exhale. Good, well done. Go ahead and come back. I'm gonna come back onto the bolster. If you have a bolster, go ahead and grab a bolster. If you need a couple pillows, grab a pillow. We're gonna go ahead and do some heart openers on our bolster or our pillows. So go ahead and come out onto the outer edges of your bolster, your blanket, whatever you have underneath of you. And if you don't have any of that, that's totally fine. Don't worry about it. We're gonna go ahead and lay all the way down. Make sure you flip your tailbone up and under so that it's at an angle and not up and down. And we're gonna rest ourselves on the back of this bolster. My knees are up high right now. We're just gonna relax back on our bolster or a couple pillows. And we're gonna stay right here. Right now your feet are gonna be hips width apart, and they're gonna be close in towards the tip of that bolster. So it's right about here. So if you reach down with your hands, you should be able to tickle your ankles. That's as far as your feet are. Good, and we're gonna open up our arms just like this, and we're gonna relax in a resting pose. Now, restorative yoga, if you've never taken restorative before, it is holding poses for a long time, usually 3 to 5 minutes, and it's more so of a meditational class. It's a deep breathing class. So even though I'm on a video and I'm trying to teach you, I don't want you to get bored because I'm not talking. I want you to actually open up and just breathe and kind of feel that stretch. It's a meditation class, so allow yourself to breathe in and out the nose, all the way down to the belly. Good, and breathe in and out the nose, all the way down to the belly. Breathe in and out the nose, as much as you can fill that chest. Fill that chest. You have full capacity to your lungs and your belly right now. So inhale and exhale all the way down to the belly. Good. Inhale and exhale all the way down to the belly. If you would like, put the pads of your feet together and then allow your knees to open up just like this. Your body may or may not be okay with it. Consider. And let's continue to breathe in and out the nose, relaxing the face, relaxing the shoulders. And nice and wide with those knees if possible. Good. How about 3 more deep breaths here, and as you breathe, just reconnect with your mind and your body, your intentions for practicing yoga, your intentions for being here. And if there are noises in your home that are distracting you, that's okay. It's an even better opportunity for you to practice yoga because you can tune into your body and tune out everything else. Good. If possible, pull those knees together, and we'll practice pulling our knees into our chest. Now you might be lifted up off the ground, and that's going to cause you to maybe control the abs a little bit more for balance, your core. So pull those knees in, cross those feet, and let's practice pulling those knees into the chest and then relaxing them. So just inhaling, pulling the knees. Good. Exhale. Good. Inhaling and exhaling. Take your time, no hurry. Wonderful. Good. Excellent. Inhaling and exhaling. If you would like to bring those feet up high towards the ceiling and you've got the balance to do so, you can reach in for the inside of the feet or the outside of the feet, don't matter to me. And open up those legs for a happy baby. And you're not really pulling your knees down to the floor, you're just creating weight on your feet, which is naturally, gravity is doing the work for you. So don't yank your knees towards the floor. Just kind of allow the length of your arms and the gravity of your hands to pull those knees close to the floor. Stay right where you are. Good. Typically, if you weren't on a bolster or pillows, you would rock from side to side. I don't want you to fall off though. Not today. Good. Bring those knees up, those legs up in front of you, and reach for your toes. Maybe the backs of your legs, maybe the backs of your knees. It's up to you. We're going to simulate a legs up the wall. So anytime you might have trouble sleeping, if you just kind of wiggle your butt up close to the wall and swing your legs up the wall just like this, so we're going to pretend like a wall is right here. It's going to help you with your sleep because it's helping to change your circulation in your body. So, you know, we're always standing upwards, so our circulation does the same thing over and over and over again. Well, now we're challenging ourselves to work differently here. And you know how, and I think this is kind of a funny way to think about it, but you know how when your toilet is clogged and you plunge it, you're making the circulation go different. And what happens? The clog is unclogged, right? It plunges out and it's free flowing again. So I like to think about moving your body in different ways, as I know that's kind of harsh, but think of it that way. You're moving your circulation different, which will help to unclog the body and release any tightness, tension, and ickies that you have resting in your body. So now if you can bring your knees into your chest here and basically try to reach a little bit closer. So it's kind of like happy baby, but our ankles are together. And see if you can focus in on opening up that low back space right here. Very good. Well done. Good. And then extending and just kind of pulling those knees in even more. We're working kind of into a plow pose, but typical plow pose, your feet would actually be up and over your head. But we're just kind of working into a little bit of a plow pose, taking our hands and pressing our hands in towards the calves, which is opening up our low back right now. Good. Release those legs to the floor. I'm going to ask you to actually press up into your body and lift. So lift all the way up just like this. And I would love for you to take one foot, if possible, 1 foot. And we're going to stretch into that left thigh. And lift your chest upwards. Lift and push into the hands and stretch into the heart and into that left thigh. So try. If that's not possible, you certainly don't need to do that. You can always maybe lay on your side and then pull that heel into your glute if that works best for you. Otherwise, if you can try one knee, one leg, pushing into the palms and lifting up into the heart, creating a heart opener by lifting the chest and pulling those shoulders back while stretching into that left thigh. Good. Breathe here. Exhale. One more time, breathe here. And exhale, good. Relax and come forward. And then if possible, we're gonna switch to the other leg. Bringing that right leg in this time, if possible. And then reach back, pushing into the palms, lifting up into the heart. This is your heart opener. And we're gonna take a big deep breath in. And if you want a fire breath, exhale, open your mouth and fire breath. Fire breath, exhale, good. Inhale. And exhale, good. One more, you got one more? Good, inhale. And exhale, relax. If possible, bring both legs in. Now both knees are in for hero pose. Now if you do not want to do this or you cannot do this, you can also roll onto your belly. If you roll onto your belly, you can reach back and either grab your pant legs or you can do one leg at a time, okay? So you have options. Otherwise, we're gonna resituate our hips again so that we are at a slight angle. And we're gonna come down and we're gonna stretch into our hero pose. So notice how my palms are directly underneath the shoulders and I'm using the entire length of my shoulders to push and lift up into the heart. So lift up into the heart, good. And if you start to come back and you notice that your knees are lifting up off the ground, you've went beyond your edge and that's a danger area. You could be tugging too much on your ligaments and joints. You could also be tearing muscle fibers. We don't want to do that in yoga, we take it gentle. So breathe here. And feel that gentle stretch, hopefully cultivating in your thighs. And if you would like, if you are able to move further down onto the bolster or the pillows beneath you or the floor, if you don't have any of that, slowly start to work yourself down. You can if you want, grabbing onto the ankles. But it might take you a few minutes to get there, so take your time, okay? Don't rush into that hero pose. Again, we're not here to be, we're not here to show off. We're here to listen to our body and do what our body wants to do. My body does not want to go all the way back because we just did that in the last class. So I'm not going to over push myself and I don't expect you to push yourself far either. So go ahead and relax and release. Good. Well done. And then very slowly start to work yourself back up into your seated posture. Resituate your hips and bring your feet out in front of you, just like this. And open those knees wide. So now I'm sitting up on the edge of the bolster or the pillow. If you have maybe even like a couch cushion, you can also use a couch cushion if you have one of those handy. Bringing your feet into a butterfly pose, just like this. Widen those legs. We're gonna sit up nice and tall. Good, flip your tailbone back up behind you. Maybe even reach down and grab onto the ankles. And let's go ahead and take a few deep breaths here. Breathe with me. Good. Cleansing and clearing your head, your heart. Good, excellent. Lift your chin, maybe reach out for your knees. Thrust your chest upwards. You can even take your hands and clasp them behind your back, resting the tops of your hands on your bolster. Roll your shoulders back, eyeballs are lifted. Good, I know that gives you a little bit more of a challenge. You can try this too if you want. Lifting those arms up behind you. Good, just take your time. How about we add a twist here? Your left hand is gonna reach out for that right knee, maybe consider, and then twist and turn your face towards that right shoulder. Remember, you're breathing the entire time. Super deep breaths in and out the nose, all the way down to the belly. Good, and then take your right hand. The right hand is gonna reach as far as it can, possibly the outside of that left knee, as we extend and reach and turn our face towards that left shoulder. Breathe. Good. Coming back into center, bring your knees together. Go ahead and drop both knees to the left side of the body and go ahead and wiggle off of the bolster or the blankets. We're going to pivot and turn. So do you see how my foot is stacked on top of the thigh? Do you see how my right foot here, my foot is actually on top of my thigh here with my left leg is hooked. I'm going to actually pivot and turn and deepen my twist. My left hand is going to grab the top of my right knee. And I'm gonna pivot and turn and look back towards my right shoulder and just push a little bit deeper into those hips. Good, and I'm feeling a nice deep belly stretch too. If you did any of our classes yesterday, I'm sure that belly is really needing a nice deep stretch. Good, and all we're gonna do is walk our feet to the other side. And our left foot is now gonna rest on top of the thigh, and I'm gonna give myself a little bit of a hook here with my right leg. And I'm gonna take my right hand, pressing it into the top of that left knee, and I'm gonna push, which is gonna cause me to reach even further. Turn your face towards that left shoulder. Reach. Good. A few deep breaths here, in and out the nose, all the way down to the belly. Well done. How about one more deep breath? Very good. And then come back to center. Well done. Excellent. Now we're going to I'd like for you to take your bolster or your pillows. If you have a couple pillows, stack them on top of one another. And I'm going to have you work into a supported child pose. So basically take your pillows or your bolster and place them in between your knees. And this is going to be a pose that I'm going to actually be quiet for a few minutes. So I'd like for you just to kind of relax with me. Is that possible? We're going to come all the way down, rest your face on the bolster just like this. And basically hug the bolster up underneath of you. And let's take some time just to kind of lay into the child pose just like this. And take somewhere between 8 to 10 breaths. So I'm going to be super quiet. Stay with me as you do this. Inhale and exhale all the way down to the belly. And although we can stay there all day long, go ahead and push into your hands. Take a big deep breath here. Good. And let's go ahead and walk into our knees for a cat-cow. So arching into the back, tuck the chin into the chest. Maybe rock back towards the heels, rock up close to the palms. Just kind of rock right here in your cat pose. Back and forth. And then you don't need this for right now. You can move that out of the way. Come out into your cow pose. Good. And maybe rock just a little bit into your cow pose. Excellent. Well done. Let's come all the way down to our bellies and hold in a Sphinx pose, opening up the heart, elbows directly underneath the shoulder. Pushing into the elbows, lift up into the face and breathe. Take a few deep breaths here. Lifting up. Now this is also a option if Cobra is not your thing. You don't have to do Cobra right now unless you really want to. Cobra, this is what Cobra looks like. Not everybody's back likes cobra, especially mine does not like cobra. Bringing your elbows directly underneath your shoulders is a modification for a full-blown cobra. We're going to stay right here though. We're going to focus in on opening up the chest. Breathing. If you would like a little bit of a challenge to this pose, consider sharp. Bringing your hands behind you, rolling your shoulders back and lifting into the face. Otherwise, stay right where you are. Very good. How about one more deep breath here in your Sphinx pose? And then roll over to your right side, resting your hand on your right palm. Bend into that right knee and lift that left leg up high. Ooh, my back does not want to do that right now. There we go, now it does. Good, just like this. And just kind of lift up into that left leg, stretch out, good. If you'd like a little bit of core here, go ahead and extend that right leg out, which will give you a nice long line. That'll help you tuck in your belly button a little bit more. You can also rest your head on your bicep if you want to, and just kind of make a long line from your fingertips to your toes. Kind of pencil, lifting up into that left leg. Pull your belly button in as you're breathing. Good. Excellent. How about another breath or two here? And then release that left leg. Now ideally you'll roll over to the other side. Go ahead, roll to the other side. And do the exact same thing on the other side, whatever you just did. Lift up. And stretch. I'm going to turn around just because I want to face you. You stay right where you are. Good. And lift upwards. Excellent. Your head can be on your hands for balance. Otherwise, if you're feeling okay and you want to extend that left leg out long and your fingertips above the head, just kind of look and see, do I have alignment from my toes to my fingers? That'll help to utilize the core space a little bit. Then you can pull in your belly button towards the rib cage, kind of in towards the spine, and help you with your balance. Lifting up into that right leg and stretching. Well done. Good. Stay right there, my friends. 3 more breaths, just like that. Well done. Stay right there. Keep breathing. Keep stretching. Hi, Mercedes. Love you. Miss you. Good. Keep breathing, sweet friends. You got this. And relax. Go ahead and come onto your back now, sweet friends. We are moving into our Shavasana. And Shavasana is the meditation at the end of practice. So go ahead and lay all the way down on your back and pull your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little bit of a rock from side to side. And then extend your body nice and long on your mat. You can have a bolster up underneath your knees or your pillows up underneath your knees to help with support. But just take this time, lie on your back, close your eyes, and take a long, slow, deep breath into the belly. Inhale and exhale through the nose. Relax the back of the head, relax the neck, the shoulders. Allow those arms to become very long beside you. Release any muscles that you may have created tension in the legs and in the hips and the back body. Release those hands and toes. And scan your body from the top of your head down to the tips of the toes. And just one by one, area by area, just take a nice, long, deep breath in and exhale. Stay here as long as you'd like, my friends. I will see you for the next class. Namaste.